I'm LaFave, and in today's video, I'm going to show you two really simple hacks for the Nintendo Switch. The first is, this is a PlayStation 4 controller. PlayStation 4, one of the most ergonomically shaped, best hand-fitting controllers this side of the Mississippi River, in my humble opinion. And check it out, I am playing a Mario Maker 2 game with my my PlayStation remote. Check that out, right there. Right there, see, I'm hitting it. Now, the other thing that I want to show you is you see above me, these little overlays. These are overlays for your OBS studio design. So if you're going to be doing recordings or live streams, you get to use a PlayStation 4 remote, and you get some pretty sick overlays to go along with it. All right, so the first thing that you're going to need to enable you to be able to use any type of controller with your Nintendo Switch is this adapter. It's called the 8BitDo Adapter 2 USB wireless Switch controller for Windows, Mac, and Raspberry Pi, compatible with Xbox Series X, S controller, blah, 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 blah. As you can see right here, it costs around $19 US over on Amazon. I just picked mine up, came in. It arrived in a day, and it is insanely easy to use. So you can see here real quick all the things that it can connect to and then what it can use for them. So if you want to use Joy-Cons on your Windows computer, you can. If you want to use an Xbox Series controller on a Nintendo Switch, you can. It's super easy to use, and what this will do is just plugs into your USB slot in the back of your Nintendo Switch, for example. It's got one little button that you press to pair it, so any of your controllers that have Bluetooth on it, you just do the pairing function. A little book comes inside of the box, which I was so excited to get it. I just ripped it open, probably with my teeth, and I couldn't wait to get this thing hooked up and plugged in, and I'm so glad that I did, because it's amazing. All right, so now you have a controller that is not a Nintendo Switch controller working with your Nintendo Switch. Why was that step important? Well, because in order to get your overlay inside of OBS Studio for the second step, we're going to be using this website called GamepadViewer.com. And for GamepadViewer.com to work, you need to be able to have your controller have a way to connect into your PC, into your computer. So all I'm going to do, I'm take my PS4 remote control, and I'm going to plug it in right now. Plug it in. So now it shows that it's connected. So when I hit some buttons, you can see them already working on my screen here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to currently viewing, and we're going to say player 1. So when I hit player 1, you can see that on here, it's reading it. You're going to see the Xbox as the default layout. Now, these are the ones that come outside of the box. You could do a Nintendo 64, right, like this. This could be your overlay. You could do a NES, which is kind of neat, little NES action. And right now I'm using my PlayStation 4 remote, and it's inputting as NES right now, NES. Now, what you're seeing on the either side of my current recording setup is something, it's a paid feature, because while if you're smart enough to do the CSS code on your own, have at it. However, most of us are not, and it's easier just to pay somebody to do it. And that somebody in this instance is JRayD. So JRayD has a full site of custom skins for all different types of controllers. The one that pops out of you right here is exactly what I have, exactly what I'm showing you. This is what I'm using. Now, what you do is you contact him via email. The link is in the description. Everything that you need is in the description of this video. Contact him, tell him LaFave sent you. And I think that on the checkout of the Joy-Con remote controls, there is a discount code that you can put in, and the discount code for to get your $5 off, it's LaFave5, LaFave FIVE. So you put that in there at checkout, you get $5 off your total order, and there's different types of customizations that could be done. Outside of the box, though, I think that these look pretty slick, and while I'm using them, you can see on screen they are just it just adds a perfect flair to my personal setup, and you guys can have your OBS setups however you'd like. So once you've made your purchase and you've gotten your very unique URL from JRayD, how do you get it inside of OBS Studio? Well, let me show you. What I do is I create a nested scene. It's called controller. Inside of the nested scene, I'm going to add a source. This source, I'm going to hit the plus button. I'm going to select browser, and I'm just going to name it controller but maybe for fun, we'll call it remote, really. All right, so in here now, we are going to paste the custom URL. So we're going to paste that in there, right there. And then right here, you're going to make this, I like making it just 1920 by 1080. You can resize it appropriately as however you need. All right, so now that it is in here, it says it's disconnected. That's because I have to push some buttons. So now that I push some buttons on my PlayStation 4 controller, you will see that it has been included inside of my OBS Studio setup. So now you're kind of good to go. If you want to leave it just like that, that's fine. But you guys want to do more. I know you want to do more than this. So let's go do this. I'm going to hit the plus button here, and I'm going to call this nested combined switch with with remote. We'll call it a remote. Okay, so what I have actually is a image that I already kind of put together. It's a Nintendo Switch. Okay, so now that my Nintendo Switch is in the screen, we want it to fit, so we can Control F. It fits in the screen. It already has the little Joy-Cons on the side, and you see that I have the chroma key already applied to this image. If you guys want this, I can post it on my Discord and I can share it. Just let me know. I can even make it a community post here on YouTube. Just holler at your boy. I got you. I got you. Okay, so what do we do now? We are going to now add a new source. The new source we are adding is going to be a scene, and we are going to add the controller. There's one. So we have the left controller right here. We're going to put this right over here, just like that. Size it a little bit large. Oh, too large. Too large. Make it a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. A little bit right like that. So it's about the same size. For this one, actually, I'm going to do a little trick here. Select the source that you just had. Control, Shift, and copy. And now for this one, Control, Shift, and V. And what that does is it makes it the same exact size as the one that you just resized. So we're going to go to the right now. We're going to recrop it so it is the same size as the one on the right, just like that. And it kind of covers them. But if you want to make it really extra clean, we're going to take the Switch itself and we will Control, reset, resize it so it fits right there, center it, move it up just a little bit, and we're going to crop it. We're going to crop it in on that side, and we're going to crop it in on this side. So now if I were to hide these, you would see that there is no Joy-Con at all in that image. So now you have that completely set up. We've got these working just fine. Everything is overlaid beautifully. Let's take this final image right here, this chroma keyed out. We're going to right click on this source, right click, add a filter. We're going to add it to the image itself, chroma key, and we're going to say, okay, green screen, and now there is nothing behind it. Old image, any picture, and we could take it, we can move it behind, just drop it down below, behind everything, and you will see that it is now a transparent. So it hides behind, go behind. And we'll move it there, and let's pretend that is your game. Okay, and just like that. So now you have your game behind you. So that is how you add it inside of OBS Studio. If you would like me to go more in depth on some other tips and tricks that you can have with this setup, I'm happy to do it. There's a couple of other really cool things, but I only want to do it, the interest is there. So like I said at the beginning of the video, for less than the price of a brand new Pro controller for the Nintendo Switch, you're looking at $20 for the dongle, the 8-bit Do 2, and then less than $30 for the code. And it's all custom. It's given to you. Very easy steps. Very easy to work with JRayD. Very, very simple. Very super. So I think it's really just a win-win for all Nintendo Switch players out there. So again, I say if you guys are enjoying this content, like what I'm showing you here, I'd like to know if you are actually using this in your setups. If you have any problems, holler at me, holler at your boy. You know, I love helping people out. You can join my Discord, have a conversation there. Jump on my live stream, just like, subscribe, and let's continue having a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm LaFave, out.